What up? Welcome to the last originally planned episode of Select Your Character. That is the name I've decided to go with for this series, and that's what it will be known as henceforward. So, hope you guys like that. This episode is about the main princess herself, Princess Peach. She's been there since pretty much the beginning, so obviously she deserved her own video. I actually don't have my microphones for this, but if anything, this will make this sound more genuine. Above all else, I just really wanted to say thank you so much for all the support and love that I've gotten for this series. I never thought it would get this big, or get to this point of this many episodes or this many people invested in me making more episodes. But because of that, I've decided to keep it going and test out some new things. So hopefully you guys like this last episode of this first season, we'll call it, and then in this new year, I'm going to be starting a brand new batch of episodes for y'all, and I really hope you enjoy it. But in the meantime, here is the many faces, many versions of Princess Peach. Thank you again. Well, it's official. You did it. The finish line has been crossed. You've completed your quest and you've reached the end of Super Mario Bros. 8 worlds later and 7 disappointing little mushroom dudes later, it's finally time to beat the King of the Koopas and rescue the beautiful princess. This is when boys became men. But not in a weird way. But this isn't just any ordinary princess, no. This is Princess Peach. Or wait, is it Princess Toadstool? Well, that depends on what time period and primarily what part of the world you live in. It's sort of like a Bowser / King Koopa situation. But for the remainder of this video, I'm calling her Peach, because no one else calls her Toadstool anymore. The first design of Princess Peach was the in-game sprite. This is the princess you come across at the end of your adventure. Red hair, white dress, and finger guns. What a woman. However, much like other characters such as Bowser and even Mario himself, Princess Peach would gain a more detailed design on the box art of this game. This drawing was done by Miyamoto himself because he was going to get a professional manga artist to do the cover, but they were running out of time, so in true Miyamoto fashion, he just said, fine, I'll do it myself. So this is Princess Peach, according to Miyamoto. He took the red and white of her dress and mixed it together to make pink. She also has some sort of dirty blonde hair and some bright blue eyes. For a split second there, it looked like this was going to be our Princess Peach for a while, but then someone else came along who changed everything forever. I've been meaning to talk about this guy for a while now, I just haven't really found the right way to do it up until now, but this dude plays a seriously important role in the Mario franchise's design history. About time I give him his flowers. And also put him on the list of my favorite people. Meet Yoichi Kotabe, a Japanese animator with more animation experience under his belt than trolls under a bridge. And I mean really, this dude's resume blew my mind when I first read it. Go check it out for yourself if you haven't. In fact, one really cool thing I realized while researching this video is that he worked on the original 1960 anime Alakazam the Great, which is an adaptation of Journey to the West that directly inspired the creation of Bowser. That's so cool. Not only would this dude eventually draw up the definitive design of Bowser, but he probably worked on the original prototype as well. But now I'm getting ahead of myself. Back to Peach. Sometime in 1985, Kotabe had already done a bunch of work on Japanese anime projects and was looking for his next art gig. So they scouted out Kotabe and scooped him up quick when they saw his resume. His job would include helping with the art direction of the Mario franchise, especially in the eventual transition into 3D, but most notably, Yoichi Kotabe pretty much saw what Miyamoto thought the characters should look like and said, mid. And so, every main character was redesigned, and believe it or not, these are more or less the exact same designs that Nintendo uses to this day. For example, here's Miyamoto's Mario, and here's Kotabe's Mario. One look more familiar than the other? Yeah, I know. Miyamoto's Bowser, ew, and here's Kotabe's Bowser, go. Here's Miyamoto's Princess Peach, and here's Kotabe's Princess Peach. Yeah, now we're talking, this is the princess we all know and love. That iconic pink dress, those long white gloves, and that bright blonde hair. I won't say that this drawing of Peach from 1990 and this render of Peach from 2024 look exactly the same, but you can clearly see where the inspiration stems from. Actually, there was a period of time in the late 80s and early 90s when Peach would occasionally be depicted with red or orange hair, most notably in the count 'em, 3 separate Super Mario cartoon shows made by Dick. This was likely done to match the in-game sprites, but I think it's safe to say that the princess was always originally intended to have some sort of blonde-ish hair. By the time Super Mario 64 came out, this design for Peach as well as the other characters were pretty much locked in until the end of time, and eventually would be translated to the 3rd dimension. She looked like this on GameCube, she looked like this on the Wii, and she looks like this on the Switch. Pretty much the same design, just like everyone else. However, there is one thing about Princess Peach that I fear will never remain consistent. That being Wherever the fuck she came from. I mean, think about it. This is a kingdom fully inhabited by borderline identical looking sentient mushrooms, and they're all ruled by this completely proportionate human being. I feel like it raises a lot of questions. Unfortunately, Nintendo has yet to officially confirm why this blonde woman is looked up to as a goddess by all these little fungus creatures, but much like the other questions they refuse to answer, they've given us a few options to choose from. It's like a multiple choice question on a test, except all the answers are wrong and the correct one wasn't on the study guide. I've put together 3 potential theories on where Princess Peach could have originated from, and the first one originates from the games like Super Mario Sunshine and Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. I call this the Toadsworth theory. In the last episode, I talk about all the different toads in the Mushroom Kingdom, including Toadsworth, the eldest of the Mushroom citizens. For a while there, Toadsworth acted as Princess Peach's head advisor and was so protective of her at times that people would often speculate that he was Peach's adopted father. Personally, I love this theory. There's a lot of cute little animations and story beats from the RPG games to back this up, and this would honestly make the most sense to me. Maybe the stork that was carrying baby Peach to her parents accidentally dropped her in the Mushroom Kingdom where she would be raised by Toadsworth and eventually be made their ruler. Other than the fact that Toadsworth himself isn't physically in the Super Mario Bros. Movie, the general concept of this theory is used as Peach's in-film origin, pretty much mirroring it perfectly with her accidentally stumbling across the Mushroom Kingdom and being taken in as their princess. This is the theory that makes the most sense, and if I had to choose, was probably the closest to canon we'll ever get. That being said, definitely take these next two with a grain of salt. Theory number 2 is the Mushroom King theory. Now this theory actually goes all the way back to the original conception of Super Mario Bros. For the NES, and has been explored a few times in other forms of media such as the comics. This one's pretty self-explanatory. It states that supposedly Peach's birth father is the true ruler of the Mushroom Kingdom, a regal king, known as, well, Mushroom King. In the English manual for Super Mario Bros., it claims that Princess Peach is the daughter of the Mushroom King, making her the princess. While this would beautifully clear some confusing things up, I unfortunately have to debunk it. This is because this dude has never been in any of the games, and therefore doesn't exist to me. Unless Toadsworth is the Mushroom King! Now this third theory is so stupid it makes me so uncomfortable that I really don't even want to bring it up, but you know, I like talking about weird shit in kids games. So in New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe for the Switch, geez, that's a mouthful, there's a power-up called the Super Crown that you can get while playing as Toadette that when collected turns Toadette into Peachette, and yeah. Look, I hate the Super Crown, okay? And I really don't want to think about any of the implications that arise from it. With that being said, I think it's best we aggressively debunk this one and move on. All in all, it's clear that Nintendo does a lot of weird things to confuse us, and no more is that proven than within the good old damsel in distress slash hero slash love interest slash friend zone slash redhead slash blonde Princess Peach slash Toadstool. All jokes aside, this is the princess we've all come to know and love, and I don't really see her changing too much anytime soon. 2024 was an amazing year for Peach. She even got her very own game on the Nintendo Switch with a big dramatic tone called Princess Peach Showtime. Damn, who knew Peach was a theater kid? Maybe she's the one who put on the play in Super Mario Bros. 3! With all that being said, I hope this series has either taught you something you never knew before about your favorite characters, or at least just entertained you a little bit. Hell, I'd honestly be happy as hell to find out that anyone just had this on in the background while playing games or trying to fall asleep. I'm honestly just glad that I'm finally able to talk about these characters who I hold so near and dear to my heart. These 6 episodes pretty much covered all the characters I originally had planned for this series, but thanks to y'all all liking and supporting it so much, I've gotten requests to cover other characters. And I'm here to confirm that those requests will be fulfilled. Eventually. For now, I want to step away from the Mushroom Kingdom, just for a little bit, and instead take a trip to a far-off planet inhabited by some of the most interestingly created video game characters of all time. It's going to be a pretty long ride, so try to keep up.